speak to a lot of creators and I hear them talk about the YouTube algorithm, it's usually framed in that context of something that they just feel like they can't quite control it, right? Which is a shame, because I work with so many different creators. I see the amount of effort and time that and resources that they put into making their content. So for you to then feel like after putting in all that time that you post it on YouTube and then you don't really have control over how it does or how it performs is a shame. So for me today, my goal is to help us reframe that perception. So take us from thinking about the algorithm as something that we can't control, right, to thinking about it as actually, yeah, there's some things that we might not be able to control, but we can actually influence them, right? So what are the things that we can do to influence YouTube's recommendation system so that we can maximize our return on investment on the platform?
Hello beautiful people, hi. So YouTube is hosting an event today, and I happen to be around. And I say this because when you work in 9 to 5 and you know that your 9 to 5 is like priority and your creative thingy is like a side hustle, anytime you have like events like this, you have to wait between, oh, I have to go to work. But today everything just seems to be in my favor, especially because it's happening on the main line. It's happening on the mainland, like finally very close to me, and I'm like, okay, let's go. So I'm really excited, and I think that's also why I am running late, because the event is supposed to start by 12. This is 12 and I haven't put on my outfit, but good thing is my makeup is done, my hair is done, so I just need to wear my clothes, and those are already ironed. So like, yeah, I should be done and ready to leave in a few minutes. So yeah, I'm really excited. Because, and I want to say this, like, this is actually shout out to YouTube, because when you're a small creator and you are appreciated, or there are events like this hosted by a big platform like YouTube, and you get an invite simply because you're just uploading and being consistent, it just feels good. I feel like a lot of the other platforms, you have to be like very big for you to get this sort of invite, or you need to know somebody that knows somebody. But like YouTube is just do the work and you get the invite and the swags and all of that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, so let's go. Okay, so I eventually made it out of the house in good time, I must say, and I arrived at the venue. One thing that I know for sure is that when YouTube calls, you answer. Like when YouTube calls, you come through and you show off. And if I do say so myself, I showed up and I showed off. Like a few minutes for my beautiful outfit. Like, come on, I was looking beautiful. Like I was feeling so good, and I'm so happy because I almost did not wear this outfit. Like I was contemplating, this skirt is too short, it's too simple. But now that I look at it, everything was given. I'm so proud of myself. I could go on and on, but let's go back to the main event. Anyways, so like you would expect, the event was filled with so many content creators. This is the only event that you come for, and you know that bringing out your camera is expected. It's not a crime, and we love it here. And after a little bit of networking, the event started at about 1 p.m. prompt. We had the opportunity to meet YouTube employees. Like, I should say that there were so many highlights, right? But you know what? Listening to YouTube employees talk about the YouTube algorithm and how we can actually make it work for us and influence it positively or for ourselves as creators was definitely my highlight. I also enjoyed having people like Steven, Koti, and also Ajebo, the comedian, talk about their journey. Even Arkad as well. They talk about their journeys, or they spoke about their journeys, and it just kind of like inspired me. And I think the last person was Penza, and he spoke about the business of creating content, and it was just so inspiring. And that's why in this video I want to share a thing or two from what I learned at this event. Why is because I know that some of you who follow me on this platform or on my YouTube channel are also YouTubers. You have your own platform, and I feel like we're all growing, and of course I'm happy to share what I've learned with you. So I'm going to spend a few minutes in this video sharing with you some of the things that I learned, and I hope that it helps you in your journey as well, and then we'll come back. Okay, You definitely know that I mean business when I have my microphone and my notebook right here with me. So let's not waste any time and go straight into business. This segment of the video is into 3 parts. The first one, we're going to talk about how we can influence the YouTube algorithm. Number 2, we're going to talk about globalization and also monetization beyond YouTube AdSense. And lastly, we're going to talk about creativity as a show business. So you know that it is packed, so you also want to sit down and get your notes, and let's go into it. So the first one, YouTube algorithm. What does YouTube care about?
We want to show videos to people, the videos that people will love the most when they come on the platform. And the second is we want them to leave them satisfied so that they keep coming back to the platform. Short and simple. So we just want people to have a good experience and want to show them videos that are most relevant to them and that they will enjoy on the platform.
Now that we know this, next question is, how does YouTube make sure that its viewers and audience have the right content to watch?
Are they liking the videos? Are they sharing them? Are they giving feedback through YouTube surveys and so on and so forth?
What YouTube does is it analyzes the viewers. So basically, you think of it like when a girl is giving the boy signal, right? So when viewers do this or that on the platform, YouTube system is basically analyzing it. Okay, this person came on the platform, they searched for this, they found this, they liked this, they did not like this, they disliked this, they shared this, they did this, they watched this. Basically, the system is analyzing and trying to find out more about the viewers, so that based on this information that is gathered, YouTube can then make recommendations in hope that when YouTube makes the recommendation, the viewer in turn goes ahead and likes the video, goes ahead and watches the video for as long as possible. So it's very important to YouTube that they recommend the right video to the audience or to the viewers. Now, what does that mean for us, or for myself and for you watching this as a creator? It means that when we provide content on the YouTube platform, we need to make sure that that content is exactly what we say that it is. One. Secondly, we need to make sure that when YouTube recommends our content, people actually click on it to watch, because YouTube is going to say, oh, we're recommending this video to you, but YouTube is not going to force the viewer or the audience to watch. So what do we need to do? What we need to do is make sure that our thumbnails are great. We need to make sure that it is appealing. We need to make sure that people like it. And then when they even click, we need to make sure that the content itself is interesting and exactly what the viewer wants, so that they can stay longer. And the way by which you can know this even from your analytics is through the click-through rates, through the watch hours, through the likes, through the dislikes, through the subscriptions, shares, and all of that. So all of these things are very, very important, and these are the things that help the YouTube algorithm to make recommendations and basically push a video over the other. Because if one video is, okay, actually an example, 2 videos are being pushed out. One video is getting more clicks, is getting more watch hours, is getting, more people sharing, liking, subscribing. YouTube is going to continue pushing that video, because YouTube wants people on this platform, because it's a business to YouTube. However, if one video is doing bad and YouTube tries to push it and people don't watch it, then eventually YouTube probably just stops pushing. So it means that as creators, we need to have this at the back of our mind. Think about, what content am I going to put out that people want to watch? And also, how do I make it appealing so that people would watch? Now, all of that said is very YouTube based, but that's not all. Another thing we need to think about as creators actually is external factors, right? So for one, where are you playing in? When you play in certain industry, it means that the pool is wider. So for instance, football is the most famous sport. And if you start making content about football, you're most likely going to have more audience and more viewers compared to somebody who starts making, a video about cricket or making videos about golf. The audience pool is a lot smaller and one is larger. So it means that somebody who is playing in one field is going to tend to have more audience than the other person. So you need to think about that. Where are you playing in? Aside from that, you also need to think about the seasonality, right? For instance, going back to school content is going to keep booming at a particular time, because when people are going to school, so that means by September, people are going back to school. So it means that anybody who makes content around schooling around that time is going to have more people watching that content. Also, the Dirty December is around the corner. Anybody who makes videos around Dirty December, around December, Christmas festivity, is going to have more people watching at that point in time. Even take a look at Mariah Carey's Christmas song. Every season it comes back, so it means that it is evergreen because it happens at a particular time. So this is also something that we need to think about as creators when making videos and when pushing out content, because these are the things that matter on the platform, both the external factor and also the internal. And at this point, I should mention that if you're not subscribed to my channel, you're wrong. Secondly, if you love this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Yes, please, because it is also very important. You need to tell your audience to do that, because what YouTube has mentioned is that when people like your video, it signals to YouTube that, okay, people actually like this video, and so they keep pushing out to more people. So please, I want my video to reach more people, so make sure to engage with it. Like, comment, share. Okay? All right, thank you. All right, moving on to the second part, which is actually my favorite part. That is globalization. Now, I'm a Nigerian and I love Nigeria, but the truth is, I don't want to be a local champion. And I'm sure that neither do you. We want to reach more people. So what do we need to do? Now, from people who attended the event, I should mention Ajebo the comedian, Stephen Maduka, I hope I got that correctly, and Courtney. These are three content creators who have gone from Nigeria to other parts of the world. Like, their content have basically grown. And one thing they did mention is the fact that you need to make content that appeals to people outside of Nigeria, right? So thinking about living in Nigeria, you cannot be making content based on just Nigeria and you say you want to be global. No, you have to make content that appeals to a global audience. And this is something that I learned from somewhere else who was also talking about globalization. He said, for instance, in America, people will talk about racism. People talk about racism in America, and people in America understand it. However, if such a person, if you want to reach a Nigerian audience, racism, we don't understand it here in Nigeria because we don't experience it here in Nigeria, right? However, if you say something like police brutality, in Nigeria here, we understand police brutality. In America, they understand police brutality. In different parts of the world, they understand police brutality because they have police there. And when you talk about government as well, bad governance, corruption, these are things that actually affect different parts of the world. It's not just a thing that is for one people or one set of people. So it means that when you're making content that you hope will get international audience, you need to think about how that content appeals to the international world. So you need to be able to cover content that basically cuts across, that can basically cut across different places. And I think one thing Steven mentioned at the event is the fact that he used to make content in Africa and in Nigeria, but now he has gone beyond. He's going to Europe because he wants to reach Europeans as well. And that also ties to the fact that the more people from the Western world or other parts of the world actually watch your video, first, your credibility increases, you have more reach, and most especially, you can make more money. Yes, you can make more money, which then leads me to monetization beyond AdSense, right? So AdSense is actually one of the most popular ways for YouTubers to make money. I know that every time I make videos, I'm like, hey, God, I want to make money on YouTube. I want to make money on YouTube. And what I'm thinking about is actually AdSense. But one thing I learned from the event is that AdSense is like the minimum. It's the barest minimum. For most YouTubers, they make money outside of AdSense. And how do they make money? One, they make money through brand partnerships or sponsorships. They make money by selling a product. They make money also by offering extra value. And this sometimes could be sharing a little bit more of your life that you can actually put on, like, for instance, YouTube has a membership. When people pay for membership, you probably take them deeper. You know, you just offer something extra and people can pay you $1 for. And that is how you make money. So this is beyond AdSense, and that's a great thing to know. It means that even though you don't have money on YouTube or AdSense yet, YouTube has given us a platform for us to go ahead and make money. And I think for me, that is very, very beautiful. And I love it. Thank you, YouTube. And so for the last part of the video, which is going to be talking about creativity as a business. Now, this ties back into the monetization. When you're making content, I believe that for most of us making content, we're not just making content because we're making content. I mean, there's a part of me that enjoys making content because I actually just enjoy making videos. In my head, I'm a celebrity and my life is like a reality show. But aside that, there's also a part of me that hopes that someday I'm able to actually make money from this. And so one thing that the speaker mentioned, I think his name is Spencer, he spoke about the fact that when you're doing this, you need to be thinking about your brand. You need to intentionally build a brand. You need to be known for something, and you need to start with something. So you need to start with one thing. People then know you for that thing very well, and then you can either branch out and all of that, but you need to have a strong brand, right? And he used, I think, Lai Wasabi, who is one of his, I think the people one of his talents. He talked about the fact that Lai used to do a lot of things, but then when he got him on board or brought him into his management system, what they did was make sure that he focused on something and harnessed it, which is what we now know as, I think, the law, right? So basically, he spoke about this and said how important it was for us to be known for something. And what that also helps with is that when brands reach out to us, they know us for something. And even the type of brands that reach out to us are based on who we are and our personality and our branding. And he also used, I think, Brother Shaggy, another talent of his, as an example. Brother Shaggy has a lot of brands working with him, but those brands are brands that kind of like sync with who he is in his core. So it's very important that as creators, we know who we are, we understand what we're talking about, and we continue to build, and we stay consistent, and not just like money will come, but we need to stay consistent and also offer value and make sure that as much as possible, we're doing it at the best that we can. So doing it like having great pictures, putting ourselves out there, and eventually it will happen for us. So these are a few things, or these were things that I learned at this event, and I'm so grateful. I hope that from listening to me, you've learned a thing or two as well. And like I mentioned before, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share. Okay? At this point, you can already tell that it was packed. There was so much to learn, so much information. I felt very inspired to go into the world of YouTube and conquer. Like, I'm so happy I made it. I don't know if I've said it before, but I'm so happy I was there. And it just ties very deeply into something I was thinking about for myself. I want to do YouTube better. I want to get better. And it just felt like, yeah, YouTube said, we agree with you, and they gave me the right information and tool to do it. And not only the lectures, but also the people that I met there. I met really great people. I connected with people. When I go out for events alone, I'm usually I'm not sure if I'll meet people, but here I met people. We spoke, we had a good time, and it was really great. And not only that, YouTube came through with the food, the drinks, and my favorite part. First, we have this tote bag. Very cutesy. I should say that one of the reasons why I love going for YouTube events is because the merch is like top notch. So yeah. So these are the things I got. Let's do a quick unboxing. First, here we have this. What's in here? Can you guess? I already opened everything. I just put them back to the carton because I want to show you. Alright, so this cutesy mug. Oh my god, this is so nice, so cute. For like tea in the office and all of that. Very nice, very demure. I like it. The other things I've been given by YouTube is usually like a bottle, but this is great because the bottles, I can't use that for tea. So this is like perfect for tea, especially in the office. So thank you. I love it. Next is this. What do we have here? This is a tripod, like a portable tripod. Oh my god, YouTube is very invested in our journey. I love it. I love it. Thank you, YouTube. Like, this will always be my bag. Like, this is the year where I take my content creation seriously. Actually, this year has already finished, so maybe like I've started, so next year we do even better and do more. I feel like I did a lot this year when it comes to content, so yeah, it can only get better. Next, I have this bucket hat. Woo! Oh my god. Are you even Gen Z if you don't have a bucket hat? YouTube steady supply. This is like the second one I have from YouTube as well. And lastly is this is a speaker. I already started using this, like I said, and this one I won this as a gift. Actually, it wasn't part of like the merch they give. I won this because I answered a question, and I'm still happy that I won it because it's like a 5-in-1. It's a speaker. It can also help with charging your phone, wireless charger, and like it can also help hold your phone while you're working or something. So it's very cutesy, very demure. I have used this like the music. I mean, I put it back because for you guys. But yeah, so those are things I got. Thank you so much, YouTube. This is so encouraging. I love YouTube. It's the reason why I keep creating like different form of content on here, even when I don't create on other platforms. I'm almost always on YouTube, and even why like my YouTube fam gets like more information and in-depth into my life, what I do and all that, because I just feel like the platform is so special, and I'm grateful to have the platform, and also everyone who watches my YouTube channel. And that's it. We've come to the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Until next time, I remain Jessica Fortunes. Bye.